How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am back out here on the lake today to do some bass fishing. We have excellent fishing conditions today. We are at like the last day of a warming trend. It's been warm for like 5 consecutive days. It's gonna get colder tomorrow, but they still probably bite next week, but today should be the day that we really get on some fish. We have overcast skies, we have some wind, we have a little bit of rain expected today in the forecast. So really, guys, it just feels super juicy out here, and I am feeling very confident that we're gonna be able to catch some nice fish today. So guys, if you're excited to join along with me on today's fishing adventure, I would greatly appreciate it if you could leave a thumbs up on today's video. But with that being said, I'm gonna start meandering around out here. Got a lot of water to cover, and see if we can find some big ones. Let's go. That feels good. That feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. Please be a bass. Oh, it's a big bass. It's a big bass. Stay on there. Stay on there, big bass. Big bass. Big old bass. Big old fat bass. Stay on there. Big old fat bass. Yeah! All right, you big, beautiful beast. I love you. Hope to see you again next year. Maybe you'll be 8 pounds then. I mean, look at that mouth. What a beautiful bass. Okay, ready to go? I don't want you to go. Oh, that was graceful. Okay, let's get another one. All right, guys, real quick, I just wanted to jump in here and be transparent with y'all to let y'all know that the creation of this video has been quite a struggle over the last few days, mainly because whenever I got home from fishing after the entire day on the water, I realized that pretty much all of my footage was gone. My SD card, especially the one on the front GoPro, corrupted and everything was gone. So I spent the last 2 days working like a madman trying to save that footage on that card. And after a lot of hours working on that and a good chunk of change spent, I was able to recover about 75% of that footage, which is great because that still encompasses most of the day fishing. But there was this part right here where I caught this big bass that I wasn't able to recover, which sucks, but it is what it is. But I did manage to snag a picture with that fish so you guys can see it. So here it is. Here is that big bass I just caught. It was a 5-pound, 13-ounce beauty. Smacked that spinnerbait right off that tree. And it was definitely the biggest bass that I've caught so far this year. But anyways, just wanted to touch base with y'all on that. And let's jump right back on into the video. We got some more fish to catch. There we go. It's a good one. That's a good one. Solid fish. Oh no. Still in there. He's still in there. He got stuck on a stump for a second. Solid fish. Yes, sir. Let's go. Oh, the hook just came out. Oh, there's a nice big stump up here in front of me. It's crazy. You know, these fish always seem to have black spots on them out here in this lake this time of year. And we're going to send it back. See if there's another one on that stump. That stump is big. It's just right up here in front of me. There we go. How big is that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Stay on there. Stay on there. Oh, it's giant. Oh, it's giant. Oh, stay on there. Stay on there. Come to me. Come to me. Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh, what a fight just then. Oh my gosh. Dude, that was crazy. I got a hold of that fish. Yeah, look at that. Not as big as our big one today. Oh, man, that was crazy. That was insane. Oh, that's a good one. Guys, we have been all over this dang lake looking for some more fish. I decided to circle back over here to the area where I caught my first 3. And lo and behold, we are hooked up again with another nice one. I mean, look at the chunky belly on that thing. I threw up here to the stump and she cracked it and the wind was at my back and she was pulling, and that was a crazy combination. I was zipping across the water about to crash into a tree, and I was trying to keep the bass from going around it. But anyway, that's a fatty. Yo, that's such a nice fish. I got the scale. I bet it's 4 something. 4 pounds and 3 ounces right there. You love to see it. She is a thick one indeed. What a beautiful, beautiful bass. We are going to send you back, lovely lady. Go make some babies. That's what these fish are doing up here in the shallows. They are just kind of roaming around, picking out a place where they're going to eventually make a bed and drop their eggs. But right now they're just munching, and it's exciting. Hoping to catch a few more. The day is still relatively young. It's only, what time is it? 1:15. So we got about 5 hours of daylight left to fish, so we can definitely put together a big bag of fish today. We're already doing really well. We got a 5-13, a 4-3, a fish that's around 3 pounds, and a 2-pounder. So some room for improvement. A lot of water to cover out here still. Uh-oh. Did I hit something?
Yeah, we hit something. I don't know what it was.
Here, I got it. Here, do you want to use this?
I got you.
Here, you should be able to just walk straight to the dock. There's no obstacles, really.
It's just really...
Yeah, it's pretty cold. Thanks for coming over.
Hey, no, thank you.
I'm okay. Oh God, it scared me.
You know,
I
yeah.
wasn't expecting it. It took my breath away.
Okay, so this was actually a pretty scary thing that happened out there on the lake today. So I was catching some fish, and my mom and stepdad, Nick, they were coming out to join me on the water in the canoe. And on their way out, they actually bumped into something and flipped the canoe into the cold, muddy water. Like, guys, this is absolutely the worst lake to flip a vessel in. There are tons and tons of stumps. There is rusty metal poles. There's trot lines. There's big snappers. There's just so many underwater obstacles and things you could spear yourself with out there. So you definitely do not want to flip a boat out here. But luckily, they didn't land on anything that they flipped that caused them to flip. So that's good. The only thing that happened was they just got super soaking wet in the cold water. And luckily they didn't have that far to get up out of the lake. But I also lost some of that footage off my front camera too. So I kind of lost a little bit of that context, but just wanted to show you one of the highlights of the day, even though it wasn't like a super high, like a positive highlight. You know, it's just something that I want to show y'all just to remind y'all to be careful out there on the water, if you're especially in a tippy vessel like a canoe or a kayak, just to, you know, make sure you're avoiding all obstacles as best you can, and just, you know, make sure that you don't panic whenever you fall into a lake like that. You know, to try to remain calm. They did a good job. The lake here is pretty shallow, so they were able to just stand up and walk back to shore. But anyways, we have a few more fish to catch, so let's jump right back into the video. Here we go. Fish on, all the way at the end of my cast. He hit it as soon as it hit the water. Stay on there, pretty good one. We're off the spinnerbait program now. The wind has stopped and we are skewing this bass in. Pretty good one. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So as y'all can see around, it has gotten really still out here. So I made the swap from the spinnerbait to a 6 Sense Divine swim bait. That's the 4.4 inch sized swim bait. That color is called Bait Juice. I love this color a lot. And that is a very, very pretty bass. It's kind of white, got really nice clean colors. It's a chunky one too. It's another one to be close to 3 pounds. A little smaller than I thought. 2 pounds and 9 ounces. Beautiful, nice little 2.5 pounder. I'm gonna let this fish go and make a couple more casts out that way, see if there's a school of them out there maybe. See you. Thing bit as soon as it hit the water. Oh my gosh, what is that? What is that? Oh my gosh, it's a catfish. It's a catfish. He came up to the boat and smashed it. Oh my gosh, it's a catfish. Come here. Oh, no, come on. Yeah, in the boat. Woo, yeah, that was nuts. You gotta be kidding. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a big old bass. He followed it right up to the boat and I slowed it down and he gobbled it. Look at the size of that channel catfish. That was the craziest eat that I think I have ever seen. This fish followed it all the way up to the kayak. I hope that you could see it on my front GoPro. And I saw him right there and I literally just slowed the bait down, let some line out, and he smoked it. And I thought it was a big old bass, but it was a big old channel catfish. That's like pretty unusual behavior for channel cats or catfish in general, to just follow your swim bait up to the surface and eat it like that. I mean, look at that. You think he wanted that divine swim bait? That is sick. Let's bust that out. He's growling. He's upset. He's upset with me. Oh, look at that belly. Big old, big bellied channel catfish. Man, we've caught 5 really nice bass today and a big old channel catfish. That is awesome. Let's just go on ahead and let's send this guy back into the lake. All right, you are feisty, you are big and fat. It's probably like a 6 pounder or so. We're gonna send you back though. Oh my gosh. That was like the angriest catfish I've ever caught. So cool, so cool. Wow. There we go. This is our smallest of the day for sure. Look how tiny he is. That is a tiny bass, guys. Right after catching that catfish, I've got my tiniest fish of the day, probably like 11 inches or so, less than a pound for sure, but he wanted some of that divine swim bait action too. Send him back. Gonna make a few more casts up here along this bank here, and then I think I'm going to call it, but I think there could be another one sitting up here somewhere. Got a couple of trees that look juicy. All right guys, well I think that's gonna be a wrap on today's video. Had an incredible time out here on the lake today. Caught some really, really nice bass. That 513 on the spinnerbait just really got my heart going, and then followed up with that 4.3. I mean, you really can't ask for much better out here on this lake. And then to round things out with that big fat catfish that ate my swim bait on top, that had to be one of the most aggressive and crazy catfish that I personally have ever seen. But anyways guys, had a great time out here. Caught all of my fish today on this combo right here. This is that new Team 6 rod from 6 Sense Fishing. I was using the 7-foot 2-inch heavy powered moderate fast action. Have it paired up with an old school Corrado E7 reel. It's a 7.1-to-1 gear ratio, and I have it spooled up with 17-pound fluorocarbon. I caught all my fish with that rod. You know, I started off with a spinnerbait whenever it was really windy out here, and then as it calmed down, I swapped to that swim bait, and you know, we really caught some nice fish. But anyways, like I said, this is the end of the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I will leave links to everything that I used today down in the video description for you guys to check out. If you find yourself on the 6 Sense Fishing website, be sure to use our code CJ10 at checkout if you decide to buy anything. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me out here today. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If so, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see ya on the next one. Bye guys.